The light has guided you back to me once again, chosen soul, this time with utmost urgency. Right now, freeze. Do not make that move. Do not send that text. Do not let your restlessness force you to abandon the exact spot where God has positioned you. You are watching this right now because the universe intercepted your timeline at this precise moment. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine interception. Your heart is racing. Your palms are sweating. Your mind is screaming to leave, to run, to escape. You feel an overwhelming urge to quit your job. End that relationship, pack up and move to a new city, or abandon the dream you have been building. The pressure in your chest is unbearable. You feel like if you do not make a move right now, you will suffocate. But listen closely, because what I am about to tell you will shift your entire perspective. That is not anxiety telling you to run. That is not your intuition warning you of danger. That is the spiritual pressure of an enormous approach. Something is coming toward you in the spiritual realm with such force, such magnitude, that it is creating atmospheric displacement. You are feeling the shock wave before the arrival. Something massive is making its way to you through the spiritual realm right now. They are navigating through chaos, pushing through resistance, fighting through spiritual warfare to find your specific coordinates. These are destiny carriers. They hold keys to doors you have been trying to break down with your bare hands. They carry resources you have been trying to manufacture on your own. They possess wisdom you have been desperately searching for. If you move now, if you abandon your post out of fear or impatience, you will miss the collision that changes your destiny forever. You will step away from your lighthouse just as the ship pulls into the harbor. You will walk off the stage just as your name is being called. Take a deep breath, not a shallow one, a spiritual breath that reaches down into the core of your being. Anchor your soul exactly where you are. The delivery is in transit, and you need to be still to receive it. You are feeling this intense urge to move, to quit, to sever connections, because logically, from a human perspective, nothing seems to be working. You look at your bank account, and the numbers have not changed. You look at your relationships, and they feel stagnant. You look at your career, and you see a wall with no doors. Your mind is screaming that staying here is foolish, that you are wasting your time, that you need to make something happen right now. But what you call a dead end, God calls divine positioning. What looks like a trap to your eyes is actually a strategic post in the spirit. Exodus 14:13 tells us, "Do not be afraid, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord which he will accomplish for you today." Notice the specific command there, stand still. It does not say run to find a solution. It does not say figure it out on your own. It does not say panic and make rash decisions. It says stand. The Israelites were in the exact same position you are in right now. Behind them was Pharaoh's entire army, hundreds of chariots, thousands of trained soldiers. In front of them was the Red Sea, an impossible barrier with no bridge, no boat, no way across. To the left and right were mountains. They were completely boxed in. Every logical voice screamed, run or fight or surrender. But God said, stand still. They had to look absolutely foolish in that moment. They had to appear trapped with no escape. But their obedience to stand, their willingness to look stuck while trusting the invisible, became the setup for one of the greatest miracles in human history. The sea did not part while they ran around trying to build rafts. It did not part while they argued about whose fault it was. It parted while they stood. The reason your skin is crawling right now, the reason you feel like something is pressing down on your chest, is not because things are falling apart. The atmosphere around you is condensing. This is a scientific and spiritual principle. When a massive object moves through water, it pushes the water ahead of it, creating pressure waves before the object even arrives. You feel the wave before you see the ship. The spiritual pressure you feel in your chest, the tension in your shoulders, the restlessness in your legs, these are not signs of impending disaster. This is displacement. This is the atmosphere being pushed out of the way by something enormous that is about to occupy your space. The blessing that is coming toward you is so large, so significant, that it is creating pressure in the realm of the spirit before it even manifests in the natural. If you run now, if you move from your position because the pressure feels unbearable, you are literally running away from the very thing you have spent years praying for, fasting for, believing for. You are stepping out of the impact zone right before impact. Who exactly is coming? Who are these travelers? And why do they matter so much that God had to stop you in your tracks to hear this message? The answer will send shivers down your spine because it confirms what your intuition has been whispering to you all week. In the spiritual realm, we call them couriers, destiny helpers, divine connectors. Sometimes they are literal angels on assignment. Sometimes they are human beings who have been strategically positioned by God to carry something specific into your life. You have been exhausted trying to build your life with your own two hands. You have been playing the role of architect, designing the blueprints. You have been the builder, laying every brick. You have been the supplier, trying to source every material. You are running on empty because you were never meant to do this alone. Hebrews 1:14 tells us a powerful truth. It asks, "Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for those who will inherit salvation?" God is sending reinforcements. He is dispatching help. These are not random people who will casually pass through your life. These are individuals holding specific keys to doors you have been trying to kick down for years. One of them might be carrying a financial contract, a business opportunity, an investment offer that solves your debt in 24 hours. Another might be your future spouse, the person who will not just complete you romantically, but will double your capacity in the kingdom. Someone else might be a mentor holding the exact wisdom you lack. Someone who has already walked the path you are trying to navigate. They are making their way to you right now. They are not sitting still. They are in motion. They are navigating through spiritual traffic, pushing past delays the enemy has set up, fighting through unseen warfare, resisting distractions that would pull them off course, all to reach you. Your job is not to go find them. Your job is to stay visible. Think carefully about the last few days. Have you felt a sudden, unexplained expectation, a feeling deep in your gut that something is about to shift? Have you caught yourself checking your phone more than usual, as if you are waiting for a message? Have you felt like someone you do not know yet is thinking about you, praying for you, moving toward you? That is not paranoia. That is not wishful thinking. That is the spiritual vibration of their approach. They are close. They are entering your territory in the spirit. The veil between where they are and where you are is thinning. But here is the critical problem, and this is why you must pay very close attention right now. These spiritual travelers do not use GPS satellites like humans do. They cannot type your address into a navigation system. They do not find you by your street number or zip code. They find you by your spiritual signal, by the frequency you are broadcasting, by the light you are emitting. You need to understand the mechanism of the beacon, how this spiritual navigation system works. Imagine your spirit is a lighthouse standing tall on the shore of a dark, stormy ocean. The blessing, the destiny helper, The divine resource is a ship out at sea, battling through waves, pushing through fog, looking desperately for the light that will guide it safely to your port. When you are grounded, when you are standing still in faith, when you are anchored in the Word and settled in your obedience, your light is a steady, powerful beam cutting through the darkness. The ship can see you from miles and miles away. The captain can chart a course directly to you because your signal is clear, consistent, unwavering. But when you are restless, when you are pacing back and forth in your mind, when you are filled with anxiety about needing to make something happen right now, when you are second-guessing God's plan and questioning your position, your light flickers. It moves erratically. It blinks on and off to the approaching blessing. You look like static on a broken radio. You look like a storm instead of a harbor. The ship's captain sees your flickering light and thinks, "I cannot dock there. It is not safe. The conditions are unstable." So the ship keeps sailing, searching for a steady signal, waiting for you to stabilize. This is why Habakkuk 2-3 is so critical. It says the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak and not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry forever. The word wait in the original Hebrew is an active word. It does not mean sit passively and do nothing. It means hold your position. Keep the light steady. Maintain the signal. Every time you complain about how long it is taking, you dim the light. Every time you threaten to quit, to give up, to walk away, you turn the light off completely. Every time you post on social media about how tired you are of waiting, you send interference into the signal. If you are feeling the weight of this truth right now, if you realize you have been flickering when you should have been steady, do me a favor. Drop a comment below and just type the word steady. Let that be your declaration, your covenant with heaven, that you are choosing to keep your light on no matter how long the wait feels. And while you are down there, hit that like button. It helps me know this message is reaching the right people, and it helps the algorithm push this to other chosen ones who are standing at the same crossroads you are. You might be thinking, but I have waited so long. I am tired. The fatigue is real. But it is also a sign the shift is imminent. You are tired because maintaining light in a dark world takes immense power. God is saying to you today, do not let the light go out now. The ship is in the harbor. The captain is looking for your signal. Do something with me right now. Visualize your feet. Imagine that from the soles of your feet, deep, thick roots of light are growing down into the center of the earth, wrapping around the unshakable foundation of God's promise. Feel yourself becoming heavy, solid, unmovable. As you anchor, imagine a beam of light shooting from your chest straight into the universe. That is your signal saying, I am here, I am positioned. Psalm 46:10 commands us, be still and know that I am God. The knowing comes after the stillness. You cannot know the outcome while running in panic. You must stop to know. Once you stabilize your frequency, the connection becomes instant. The travelers will lock onto your coordinates. The resources will find your account. The person will find your path. You must be warned about something most believers never see coming. The enemy knows this convergence is about to happen. He has access to spiritual calendars. He knows the ship is almost at your dock. He knows your breakthrough is scheduled to arrive. Since he cannot stop the blessing from coming, since he cannot cancel what God has authorized, he has deployed a counter-strategy. He is trying to trick you into leaving the lighthouse right before the ship arrives. He is lighting fires on other hills, creating false doors, manufacturing fake opportunities that look shiny, urgent, and legitimate. He wants you to see smoke rising from those distant hills and think, that must be where my blessing is. I need to run there now. He wants you to chase these decoys, to abandon your post, to turn off your light and sprint toward a mirage. If you leave your lighthouse to chase false fires, your harbor will be empty when your ship arrives. The ship will pull in, the captain will look around, and you will not be there to receive what has your name on it. Someone else who stayed at their post will benefit from what was meant for you. This is the trap of the counterfeit. The spiritual law of arrival states that the counterfeit always appears immediately before the authentic. The replica shows up right before the original. The enemy is not creative enough to build something from scratch. He can only copy, twist, and pervert what God has already designed. So he studies your prayers. He listens to your declarations. He knows exactly what you have been asking for. Then he manufactures a knockoff version and presents it to you with perfect timing. You have been praying for a relationship. Just as you decided to wait on God, suddenly an ex you have not heard from in years sends a text. It feels like answered prayer until you remember why you broke up. You have been praying for a job that honors your gifts. Just as you committed to staying planted, an offer comes in with more money, but it requires you to compromise your morals, work Sundays, or sacrifice time with God and family. It looks like provision until you read the fine print. You have been praying for a financial breakthrough. Just as you renewed your decision to trust God's timing, a get-rich-quick scheme appears. A too-good-to-be-true investment, a loan with hidden terms that will enslave you for years. It feels like the answer until you feel the heaviness in your spirit. Here is how to identify the counterfeit, and I need you to write this down. The counterfeit always demands immediate action. It says, if you do not respond right now, in this moment, you will miss it forever. It creates false urgency. It makes you feel frantic, pressured, rushed. The authentic from God, the real blessing, always gives you peace to wait, to pray, to seek counsel, to confirm the leading of the Spirit. The counterfeit makes you feel anxious, even when it looks good on paper. Your spirit feels unsettled. You have a check in your gut that you cannot explain. The authentic aligns with your values, confirms the word God already spoke to you, and brings deep peace, even if it requires patience. The counterfeit asks you to compromise something you know is important. The authentic never requires you to violate your convictions. If the opportunity before you is creating anxiety, urgency, and requires you to abandon your post, that is a false fire. Let it burn out on its own. Your ship is not coming to someone else's hill. It is coming to your lighthouse. And if this is resonating deep in your spirit right now, if you know you have been tempted to chase false opportunities, hit that like button. It helps this message reach more chosen ones standing at the same crossroads. Now, I want to address something most preachers will not tell you because it is uncomfortable. There is a cost to receiving what is coming to you. The version of you that exists right now, with all your current fears and limitations, cannot carry what God is about to release into your life. You are not big enough yet. Your capacity is too small. Your container cannot hold what is about to be poured in. We need to expand you, transform you, upgrade your spiritual operating system. Before we seal your blessing and lock it into your timeline, we must bury your old identity. The seal cannot be placed on the old you because the old you is programmed for struggle. The old you identifies as a victim. The old you has become comfortable with chaos because that is all you have known for years. If we stamp victory and abundance on the old you without transformation, your subconscious will sabotage it. The system will reject the upgrade. We must have a funeral before we can have a coronation. Jesus said something powerful in John 12:24. He said, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone and produces nothing. But if it dies, if it allows itself to be buried in the dirt, it produces much grain, a whole harvest. The version of you that is scared all the time, the version that is constantly checking to see if things will go wrong, the version that begs for crumbs from tables you should be owning, that version must die right now. I need you to take a moment of solemn silence with me. This is not a game. This is not motivational hype. This is a spiritual transition, a metamorphosis. Close your eyes if you can do so safely. Visualize the old version of yourself standing directly in front of you. Look at them carefully. They look exhausted, do they not? Their shoulders are slumped. Their eyes are tired. They are carrying heavy bags, labeled trauma, rejection, poverty, abandonment, failure. Do not hate this version of yourself. Do not curse them. They did the best they could with what they had. They survived impossible situations to get you to this moment. They kept you alive through the darkest nights. Honor them for that. In your mind, in your spirit, say these words to them. Thank you for getting me this far. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for surviving. But you cannot go where I am going now. The place I am headed requires a different version of me. Now imagine the old you nodding, understanding, accepting. Watch as they begin to dissolve into particles of light, fading, releasing, surrendering into the hands of God. Watch until they are completely gone. You are now standing empty, stripped of the past, naked before heaven, ready to be clothed in something new. This new mantle is heavy. Not heavy with burden, but heavy with glory, with authority, with responsibility. It carries the weight of wealth that must be stewarded wisely. It carries the burden of influence that will affect generations. It carries the call to lead others out of the same wilderness you just exited. Are you ready to wear it? Are you ready to stop being the needy one and start being the provider? Are you ready to stop being the victim and become the deliverer? Are you ready to stop being the one always asking for help and become the one people come to for answers? If your spirit is screaming, yes, if something inside you is rising up right now, you are ready for the great sealing. We are about to enter high-level spiritual protocol. This is not a casual prayer. This is a binding contract between you and heaven. I am going to pray over 7 specific gates of your life. 7 is the number of completion, of divine perfection. As I speak over each gate, I want you to visualize liquid gold, thick and warm, the oil of anointing pouring over each area I mention. This is not just me speaking nice words over you. This is me acting as a conduit, as a priest in the order of Melchizedek, to stamp your papers approved in the heavenly realm. This is me pulling your file from the pending stack and moving it to the authorized stack. Do not skip this moment. Do not scroll past this. Do not let your mind wander. Stay in this atmosphere. This is where everything becomes permanent. Before we begin, I need you to position yourself physically to receive. If you can safely do so, lift your hands with your palms facing upward. Open hands signal an open heart, a willing receiver. If you are driving, walking, or cannot physically lift your hands, simply open the hands of your spirit in your imagination. God sees the posture of your heart. This is the universal sign of receipt, of surrender, of willingness to be filled. We are now activating the sevenfold seal of Jehovah. I am not just speaking hopeful words, I am decreeing established laws over your timeline. I am invoking ancient covenants. I am calling down the same power that spoke galaxies into existence. Receive this now with every fiber of your being. Father, in the mighty name above every name, I bring this chosen one before the throne of grace. They have stood, fought, and waited. Now we ask for the seal of permanence, as Ephesians 1:13 says, having believed you were sealed with the Holy Spirit of promise. We invoke that promise now. First, I seal your mind. I plead the blood of protection over your thoughts. The chaotic static of anxiety ceases forever. I seal your mind against lies that say you are not enough. From this moment, you will have the mind of Christ. You will think with divine clarity, receive strategies and solutions that baffle the wise. The spirit of confusion is evicted, the spirit of wisdom installed. Feel the liquid gold soothing your thoughts. Your mind is now a sanctuary of peace. It is sealed. Second, I seal your eyes. I anoint your vision. The scales of deception fall off. You will no longer see yourself as the grasshopper, but as the giant slayer. I seal your eyes to recognize your destiny helpers instantly. You will see the enemy's traps miles before they happen. Your discernment is sharpened to a razor's edge. Your vision is sealed. Third, I seal your ears. I block every frequency of gossip, slander, and negativity from entering your spirit. Your ears are tuned to heaven's frequency. You will hear the whisper of the Holy Spirit louder than the world's shout. When God says move, you will hear. When God says stay, you will hear. The voice of the stranger you will no longer follow. Your hearing is sealed. Fourth, I seal your mouth. I touch your lips with coal of fire from the altar. I break the curse of negative self-talk. You will no longer speak death over your finances or sickness over your body. Your mouth is now a weapon of creation. What you decree shall be established. When you speak, mountains move. When you command, walls fall. Your words carry weight in the spiritual realm. Your mouth is sealed. Fifth, I seal your heart. I bind up wounds of the past. I pull out arrows of betrayal from father, mother, ex-lovers, and false friends. I pour the healing balm of Gilead into deep cracks. Your heart beats in rhythm with the Father's heart. I replace the heart of stone with a heart of flesh, sensitive, brave, ready to love again. You are not damaged goods. You are healed pottery, filled with gold. As Psalm 23:5 declares, He anoints your head with oil and your cup runs over. Let that overflow heal your emotions right now. Your heart is sealed. Sixth, I seal your hands. I anoint your palms for wealth and resource. Deuteronomy 28:8 decrees the Lord will command blessing on you in your storehouses and in all you set your hand to. I break the curse of slippery fingers where money comes in and slides out. Money will stick to you. Resources will multiply in your grip. You are a lender, not a borrower. You are the head, not the tail. The work of your hands is blessed, multiplied, and protected. Your hands are sealed. Seventh, I seal your feet. I anoint your path. Everywhere the sole of your foot treads, you shall possess the land. I seal you against the wandering spirit. You will be at the right place at the right time, meeting the right people. No weapon formed against your walk shall prosper as promised in Isaiah 54:17. The angels of the Lord are encamped around your steps to guard you from stumbling. Your walk is sealed. It is done. The transaction is complete. The court is adjourned. The enemy has no legal standing to touch you anymore. You are covered from crown of head to soles of feet in the impermeable glory of God. Now listen closely. This seal is fresh. The wax is still hot. Do not contaminate it with doubt. Walk in this new authority. Walk like royalty. When you wake up tomorrow, do not look for the struggle. Look for evidence of the favor we just released. I want you to cement this session with a prophetic act of agreement. The number 7 is the number of completion, God's perfect seal. Type the number 777 in the comments right now, but do not just type it as a number. As you type each 7, declare in your spirit. With the first 7 say, my past is buried. With the second 7 say, my present is covered. With the third 7 say, my future is sealed. Type 777 now. Seal it, lock it in, and watch how the universe rearranges itself around your new coordinates. And if this message has shifted something in your spirit, if you feel the weight of this sealing, share this video with someone else who needs to stand still right now. There is someone in your contacts who is about to make a move they will regret. Send this to them. Be the messenger that redirects their path. You are chosen. You are loved. And now you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. Stay put. Do not move from your lighthouse. The ship is closer than you think. I will see you in the testimony section when your breakthrough manifests. It is sealed. Together we rise towards the light.